Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the hidden messages in giant corporate filings. Today we're looking at Alico Inc., a company that sounds like it's about to throw a Alico Inc., is telling us about their business. First off, it's important to note that this report we're looking at isn't a super detailed financial breakdown, but rather a notification of a dividend payment. So it's less about how much money they made or lost, and more about how they're returning some of that money to their shareholders. So what does this actually mean? Alico's board of directors, the folks in charge of the company's big decisions, decided to give their shareholders a little something back. They're paying out a dividend, which is a portion of the company's profits of 5 cents for every share of common stock people own. This is happening for the fourth quarter of their 2025 fiscal year. If you owned their stock on September 26th, you'd get paid on October 10th. From a shareholder's perspective, this is generally good news. It shows the company is profitable enough to return cash to its owners. It can also be a sign of confidence from the management team in the company's future financial health. They wouldn't pay out a dividend if they thought they'd desperately need that cash later. Alico's common stock is traded on the Nasdaq Global Select Market under the ticker symbol ALCO. This is a pretty reputable stock exchange, suggesting Alico is a publicly traded company with a certain size and standard of transparency. Now, while this report focuses on the dividend, which is a positive signal, it doesn't give us the nitty-gritty financial details that we often look for in other filings like a 10Q or 10K. Think of this as a quick update, a simple announcement, not a full financial health check. We don't get to see the revenue streams, their expenses, or their debt levels here. That information would typically be in more comprehensive reports. But based on this dividend declaration, we can infer that Alico is likely in a stable or growing position, at least to the point where they can afford to share profits. Investors often see regular dividend payments as a sign of a mature, reliable company. Let's think about what this might mean for Alico Inc. Broadly, companies that pay dividends are often in industries with steady cash flows. Alico is known for its agricultural operations, particularly citrus groves and land management. These types of businesses can have predictable income, especially when commodity prices are favorable or when they have long-term contracts. However, agriculture is also subject to risks like weather, disease, and market fluctuations. The fact that they feel comfortable enough to issue a dividend suggests they've managed these risks well enough to generate a surplus. Now, looking at the bigger picture for Alico, they've been working to diversify beyond just farming. They've been involved in land management services and even some real estate development. This dividend payment could be a result of successful operations across these different segments. But as with any investment, it's important to remember that this one piece of information, the dividend, doesn't tell the whole story. We'd need to see their full financial reports to understand their earnings per share, their profit margins, their cash reserves, and how their various business lines are performing. For example, if they took on a lot of debt to fund operations, and this dividend is a small fraction of that debt, it might not be as overwhelmingly positive. In this specific filing, the main takeaway is the confirmation of a dividend payment. It's a straightforward announcement. There aren't complex financial tables to dissect here, no dramatic drops or surprising surges in revenue to report in this document. It's all about the shareholder return. So, to sum it up, Alico Inc. is rewarding its shareholders with a cash dividend. This signals financial stability and a willingness to share profits. It's a positive indicator, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. Without a deeper dive into their financial statements, it's hard to say exactly how robust their underlying business performance is. As for my take on Alico based on this limited filing, they appear to be a company that's managing its financial obligations and looking to provide value to its investors through dividends. This suggests a level of maturity and financial prudence. However, the lack of detailed financial performance data in this particular report means we can't assess the strength of their operations or identify specific risks or opportunities directly from this document. It serves as a prompt to look for their more comprehensive financial filings. The company's direction seems oriented towards providing returns to shareholders, which is a common strategy for established companies. A key opportunity would be continued diversification and innovation in the agricultural and land sectors, while risks could include market volatility in their core business and broader economic conditions that affect land value and agricultural and land sectors. While risks could include market volatility in their core business and broader economic conditions that affect land value and agricultural commodity prices, Alright, that's our quick decode of Alico Inc.'s dividend announcement. What's your take on dividend paying companies and what this signals? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss our future corporate dives. Also make sure to join our Discord community linked in the description for more discussions and insights. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.